So, Happy Gilmore 2, what are my thoughts? I thought that this film was actually fun, enjoyable, nostalgic, all the things that I wanted to see in the sequel. This wasn't a typical Netflix movie. I was thinking, what the fuck is going on? This feels competent. There's a list of shit Netflix films, and I thought this was honestly going to join it, but hey ho, Adam Sandler pulled out a good enough film. And this might actually be the best streaming service movie I've ever seen.
What a crock of shit.
No kidding, because it absolutely shits over most of them. Look at Hocus Pocus 2, for instance. That was terrible.
One way or another, I'm gonna see ya.
This was what Hocus Pocus 2 was meant to achieve. That same nostalgic feel, funny and exciting family movie to sit and watch. Look, I'm not here saying it's the greatest sequel of all time, because it's not nowhere near that. But in terms of streaming service movie level, it's top tier. The story of Happy Gilmore 2 for me was really entertaining. Straight off the bat we get introduced with the problem of Happy Gilmore killing his wife. That is a massive thing, and I mean, it's not really a spoiler because it happens in the first 5 minutes. Do you really call a spoiler something that happens in the first 5 minutes? I don't think it is, I'm gonna admit. But it's not really a spoiler because as soon as you watch it you'll go, oh my god, she dies in the first 5 minutes. And that's basically the roll-on of the film. That's like the start of the film, because now he's stuck with these kids. He gave up golf because obviously he feels guilty that he killed his wife and the mother of his children, and feels that guilt all the time that he took their mother away from playing golf. And he also feels that he's blaming himself for that, so he's drinking a lot of booze, and in doing so his life's going to rack and ruin, spending all money that he now doesn't have. Things are being repossessed, the house goes, everything goes to shit. Not until his daughter says that she's been offered this dance school, but it's going to cost like 300 grand or something like that, and decides to get out his golf clubs again. But there's a problem. He's lost that same sort of rhythm that he used to have, because now he's drinking, he's wasted, and he doesn't have that same ability. But that's not until he focuses on getting better, kicks the alcohol when a problem happens, when his golf cart tips over with 2 other people inside, and has to kick the booze for good. Not his choice, of course. That is down to the court. And when that happens, now he's back into the golf in full swing, no pun intended. And now he's back on the green and he's kicking ass on there, literally and physically. Because I think that was the way back. And he got offered before this to go into a different kind of golfing thing. A new attitude of golf where it's less boring, more exciting, funner and whatever. But he rejected it in the Happy Gilmore fashion by beating up his ass. But now you have this guy that really wants revenge on Happy Gilmore for absolutely whooping his ass, but still wants Happy Gilmore to be part of what he's building. What is also the biggest thing about this movie is that Shooter is not the fucking villain. Literally, I think like what Shooter was in the first film is like the complete opposite in this film. You think when he's in that mental asylum that he's fucking mad and he's gonna try to jump ship to the other team and then put Happy Gilmore down, but these two work together. It's like they've always been best mates. I think that having these nostalgic moments, and even though Carl Weathers weren't in this film, I feel like they tried to include him somewhat and tried to put a spin on it by having his so-called son in there to basically have that mentor for Happy Gilmore to get back into it with his happy place and stuff like that. And I like those references to the past film. That's what we love to see. That's the nostalgia. That's the heart of the film. That's what keeps the film beating. And not to mention the amount of cameos in this film. It was like a who's fucking who. Eminem, Post Malone, who else we got? Oh yeah, Becky Lynch, MJF. Oh my god, the list was endless of big fucking names in this film, and I might have missed a lot more of them. Rob Schneider, loads of them was in this film. Ben Stiller, literally anybody that you could think of was in this film. And I think they really tried to roll out the red carpet, and this is why I might be getting carried away with those cameos, but I feel that they all added a little bit of something, whether it be in the comedy side, little bits of throwback, little bits of connection to the old stuff, and they really wanted us to be reminded of those moments when they played those flashbacks. But it weren't like Jaws fucking 4 where they use the flashbacks to tell the new story. It was more of to set the scene for what actually happened, and now on basically how these characters knew each other, and that felt special. The ending of Happy Gilmore 2 was to be expected, of Happy Gilmore having to overcome all the challenges and the pressure, come over the fact of alcoholism and his house being taken away from him and his cars being repossessed and other stuff and other problems in his life, and he has to overcome that yet again, like we saw in the first film, but this time having to work with Shoot McGavin, overcome this absolute prick stain which is literally on the other team, which is leading this new team and wants to beat Happy Gilmore with his big swing by basically cheating, cutting out this part in the lumbar spine to make the extension better, to make the game better as he believes. And it was nice to see Happy Gilmore win with his own pure talent and win against their own sort of new rules that he's created in the end of this sort of film. The only thing that I would criticise this film for is that I think they could have done this without using all the fancy fucking shit at the end. No, like where you've got the spinning green and all that sort of stuff. I think that was good to add to the what kids think are cool these days and whatever. Oh, that's what would make golf cool. But I think what would have been better is just having these new athletes, sort of like a Cars 3 sort of approach, where these new athletes, better trained, better whatever, are coming to beat the old guys. That sort of story would have been a better story to tell. But I don't hate this story. I think it was still good, but I think it could have been better if they'd embedded that rather than having this sort of parkour style of whatever the fuck is going on at the end. Before we jump back into this video, guys, please do us a massive favour and smash that subscribe button, because you do not want to miss a thing this week, next week and the week after, because we've got tons and tons of content planned for you guys, and you can do us a massive favour by smashing that subscribe button, joining the community, getting updates to all the latest videos from the YouTube shorts to the actual videos. It is well worth it, completely free, and you will not regret it. So to summarise this movie then, for me this is easily 7 out of 10 and a great film. I think it has everything to be what is a good quality sequel. And for me, there is a few negatives about this film, which we've already mentioned, but I think overall it felt like a nostalgic feel, and that's the kind of entertainment that you want to see from these sort of streaming service movies. If they can't reach the top caliber of films, at least be entertaining, and this delivered. But do let us know down in those comments down below, is it good, bad, terrible, amazing? Let us know all that jazz down in those comments down below, and if you haven't yet seen our Back in Action movie review, then go and check that out right now.